Collecting ain't for the faint of heart. It requires a hustler spirit, anti-existentialism. You can hate society and its trajectory, but being a collector still requires you to buy into capitalism just a little bit. The whole thing is built off money and power. But honestly, what isn't these days? The shiniest, most elaborate, best pieces usually come with great cost, irrational and disproportionate margins. Some of us won't make it to the levels we desire to be, but does that circumstantially force us to a place to quit? I can pinpoint the exact time I should have added this watch to my collection. It was around December of 2023. Things were starting to get pretty serious with this collecting thing. I started this leg of my YouTube channel in August of that same year. Tag announced the next wave of glass boxes earlier that same year. I got bit with the Chronograph bug that same year. I wanted the tag, but spending $6,000 on a watch felt crazy to me that same year. I went with the Seiko speed timer to scratch my chronograph itch. In retrospect, I wish I had bought this watch instead. The only problem is, it didn't exist yet. Laurier's first chrono was the Gemini. It was a seagull-powered, vintage-inspired chronograph with a diving bezel. At the time, I was at peak Seiko fanboy, and if I remember correctly, I didn't go for the Gemini because I have this weird thing with my watches needing a sapphire crystal. I did my time with the speed timer, and it was time very well spent. I loved that watch and what it stood for in my collection, but like anything that involves insane commitment, it evolves. Laurier evolved as well. I think they discontinued the Gemini, and in October of 2024, they released this beauty. Laurier is honestly a brand after my own heart. All of their watches speak into a deeper, multifaceted narrative. Let's take the angle of inspiration. All of the watches in their collection are obvious homages and/or inspired by watches that came before. This is not a bad thing. It's not copying, it's not ripping off, it's paying tribute to heirlooms of our past. It's the same feeling you get when your favorite sports team wears a throwback jersey or when an artist does an amazing cover of a classic song. Let's take the angle of audience. Laurier knows who their customer is, but they aren't chasing, they're attracting. They are bringing us into their conversation and telling us we value the work you do by valuing the work we do.
Sorry. Are you recording for real?
Come here. It's time for you to make a cameo. Alright, let's start this section over.
Which part?
I can tell of their intentionality just by the unboxing experience. The vibe doesn't start with the watch. Truthfully, for me, it starts with that little pouch that holds the Polywatch crystal cleaning kit. I'm sure it's cheaper to just put all that into a Ziploc plastic bag, but they took it a step further and included this nice accessory with matching period correct print. It's super dope and really leaves an amazing first impression. And what I figured out is that that little pouch is actually a travel case after looking at it some more. Boogie, come here, come say hi. Get up there. Oh, jeez.
Very photogenic.
He's very photogenic. What's up? You could make the perfect 3-watch collection only owning their watches, and it could be a one and done type of situation. As far as chronographs go, this might be the most complete modern chronograph you can get on the market for under $1,000 right now. The wearing dimensions of this watch are in the perfect sweet spot. I have a 6.5-inch wrist and it wears absolutely beautifully. It's the perfect size, and I was able to get the perfect fit on the bracelet. For context, I bought a 3-watch collection all from micro brands as a fun experiment to see how I would approach it after being a watch nerd and a YouTube bum for about a few years now. And I chose this watch to be my everyday casual piece. More of the go out to dinner with my wife and hang out with the boys type of vibe, and less I'm gonna beat this thing up at work type of thing. I think the biggest difference compared to then and now in my collecting is I used to only and pretty much exclusively shop for divers. These days, I'm more drawn to chronographs and dress watches. I went with this watch because honestly, I don't know if anyone else in the market is beating its value as far as chronographs go, and it looks absolutely beautiful. In my Unimatic UT4 review, I spoke a lot about design. Unimatic has a design approach that is directly correlated with Bauhaus design principles. When I put this Laurier next to the Unimatic, you can see how two very different approaches can lead to two very different yet beautiful results. Laurier, in my opinion, are the vintage-inspired masters of the microbrand space. This dial is absolutely gorgeous. It's a panda with just the right amount of pops of color. I love the baby blue minute track. I love the red and blue used on the 9 o'clock subdial. This dial tracks the minutes when the chronograph is engaged. The 6 o'clock subdial, I believe, tracks timed hours, and the 3 o'clock subregister tracks seconds in a standard timekeeping capacity. All the subregisters have concentric circles in them, giving the dial more interest, more texture. The white in the dial isn't sunburst, but has a subtle sheen. Both Laurier's typeface and iconic logo is one of the best, most iconic logos amongst their peers. I truly believe their logo in this exact format could have been translated if the brand started back in the early 20th century. It's a great logo and a timeless design. The dial is protected by a domed Hesalite crystal. This is consistent amongst all Laurier watches minus their dress watch, the Zephyr. This is intentional, keeping in stride with watches from the past. They include a tube of polywatch with every purchase. I already got a scratch on the crystal, but I'm just embracing it and letting the scratches give this watch its desired patina. It's a new thing to embrace for me, and we'll see how the crystal performs after a few months of wear. The tachometer bezel is also Hesalite, which is good because when doing those polywatch applications, you won't have to worry about it accidentally rubbing on the bezel. Case finishing is excellent. The lines are clean and all complement each other. The watch looks great when looking down the barrel. I do love this brushed line that breaks up the monotony of what would have been just a standard polished case side. The drilled lugs are vertically brushed and have clean, polished bevels that run along the side. I appreciate this level of detail, and I think it's just the right amount. The screw-down crown is signed and a great size. That and the pushers are easy to handle and engage. The caseback is really plain, but really nice. The Laurier logo is incorporated within this circle along the outer rim of the caseback. Its screw down for this watch is 50 meters of water resistance. This watch houses a TMI NE88 automatic chronograph movement. TMI is Seiko for those that get confused, because I was before I did the research. The NE88 is a 34 joule 4 Hz movement with a 45-hour power reserve. This is a bidirectional automatic chronograph movement that also features hacking and hand winding. This movement features a column wheel and vertical clutch, which are considered to be more high-end features of a mechanical chronograph movement, but there's lots of debate on that on the web. Look up column wheel versus cam to see for yourself. The bracelet is a flat link style. The styling is similar to the FOIS I recently reviewed. I like the bracelet a lot. It has a great taper, the clasp is small and doesn't get in the way. There is 3 positions of micro adjust with screwed links. Something I forgot to mention earlier in the video, I did throw up a graphic. The bracelet does have solid end links. It also has a milled clasp. I don't know if you could see it from the B-roll that I shot. I feel like with most micros, solid end links and a milled clasp is starting to come more standard, but just wanted to make sure that y'all knew that. Another thing is this watch's movement does have a ghost position. Oh, accuracy. So I set the watch to my atomic clock on my phone yesterday morning at around 11 a.m. And as of right now, I just checked it, it's about 7 seconds behind, and it's about 11, almost 12 p.m. the next day. So 7 seconds over one day is not bad. I did wear this watch to work yesterday. It was like a 14-hour day, so a lot of wrist time. 7 seconds behind, not bad for Seiko. I think that's it. Overall, I really enjoyed my time with this watch. I do love the way it feels, the way it looks. I do plan on doing a comparison video of this watch with my tag. That'll be coming up pretty soon, and I'll probably get more in depth. But overall, this is definitely a great first watch for somebody looking for a watch. If this is your first chronograph, I would say this is definitely a really great option. $900 is a lot of money, but for an automatic, self-winding, mechanical chronograph, you're not really beating that. If you're somebody that maybe has one luxury piece, whether it's, just a sports watch or a diving watch, and you wanted to have a chronograph to add to your collection, I think this is also one of those watches that would be a great option for that. Adding to the collection and still keeping in line with that level of prestige. If you're somebody that has a Seiko 5, diver, or something like that, and wants to have a nice automatic chronograph that has really great specs and really great size, this is also a fantastic option for that type of collector as well. I think that's it. There's nothing else really to cover. I'll be going more in depth with all of that, like I said, in a later video when I do my comparison. I appreciate y'all taking a ride with me to Huntsville, Alabama, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace. Say bye, Tim.
Peace.
Fantastic.